Welcome into week two's recap with your boys. We are Redraft Rehab. We are here to help you win these fantasy leagues. We already helped you with the draft. We've already seen what week two has for the NFL in store. So this week, we're going to go over a couple of different things. We're recapping the action. We're going over waiver targets. We're seeing what we saw this weekend. But first, I am joined by my good fellas, B and Therm. Let the people know how's it going on this Tuesday night before we're putting in 50 billion waivers. And go ahead, man. B,
Oh,
how's
I'm
it
feeling
going?
good, brother. Brother 2-0 in the league. The sleeve, you hear me?
You know that. You know that.
The sleeve.
Know that. So in our home league, Brady is 2-0. It's going to be some interesting weeks. We might have to throw like the team rosters on the pod at some point, so the
Oh no,
viewers
that's
can see what we're
disrespectful.
talking about. But nah, it's going to be some interesting decisions. I'll just say for our personal league, but we'll get to that at the end of the show when we kind of do our Goodfellas league recap. But Therm, week two in the NFL, your Philadelphia Eagles are 2-0. How are you feeling on the football season so far, sir?
I got cheated. Ladies and gentlemen, I got cheated. All right.
Of course, he's talking about his fantasy
I
league
made
right
a
here.
move, and it got me an L, unfortunately. I lost by 2 points, and I'm very disappointed.
We're going to get to all that as we start off with the week two recap, starting with what Therm is kind of alluding to, right? We told you on the pod last week, do not drop Jared Goff for a particular quarterback that we wanted to remain nameless. You did the exact thing and trusted your gut because we know who you like in the character models that you was just like, that's my guy. And go ahead, Therm. Tell the people what you ended up doing, man. You dropped Jared Goff, who had a 5 tutty performance, and you dropped him for who to take you to the promised land this week, brother?
Russell Wilson, and it didn't pay off.
It would have paid off had you.
It definitely would have paid off.
Actually, it would have paid off if you took almost any
Justin
other starting quarterback on the wire.
To be perfectly honest
crazy.
with you guys, I still think Justin Fields is going to end up a very good fantasy quarterback.
By very good, are we saying top 10 finish?
Possibly.
No, you got to put your name in
Because
it. Are you saying top 15, top 10? Where we going?
Here's the truth. Here's the truth that no one wants to mention. Lamar is by far the greatest running quarterback of all time. Justin Fields is the second best running quarterback in the NFL today.
Over Jaden Daniels?
Running.
Over Jaden Daniels?
Running? By a long shot. It's not even close.
I mean, Jaden Daniels is kind of doing his thing too. Nah, we can hear you.
He's not Justin Fields. I do not think Jaden Daniels will ever in his career put up rushing yards. And it also has to deal with the fact he can throw and Giants. He doesn't.
I mean, I don't think Jaden Daniels will ever have the opportunities that Fields has for sure. But
correct. And I said that. I said because he can throw. But ultimately, what I'm saying is that man is 100 pounds of nothing. He can't run for 1,000 yards in the season.
Hey man, he's also like 6'3", 6'4". He's built up. All right, it's just he's built up. You know.
How tall is Embiid again?
Joel
how
Embiid?
tall is my boy? How tall is my boy out in San Antonio? You can be tall, but you can still be as skinny as a toothpick. Yeah, Wemby. There we go.
I mean, yeah,
tall,
but my point was taller players hide weight. So even though they look skinny, sometimes they're still like Wemby for what it's worth is still like 260, 270. Like Embiid is 300 plus pounds. Like they're just tall, so it looks crazy.
They're not, but I'm telling you, Jaden ain't 220.
I think he's 220. He might be 215, but because
that man's
he's baby Lamar, man. Like if you think Lamar is small, then Jaden's small because they're both kind of the same size.
Lamar's stockier than Jaden.
in year
But he wasn't like that
5 of the NFL, not year 2.
Sure. Yeah, not year 1, sure.
Yeah,
But
that's
that's
all.
what I'm getting at, though. I mean,
When Lamar
also
came out of
again the
Louisville, it was
greatest
the same
runner.
thing. But Jaden is, I think, like 2 or 3 inches taller than Lamar, so it's like he has
Jaden
a
like
bigger
6'5".
profile. Yeah, it's a sneaky 6'5" though.
Yeah.
Like it's sneaky, like you don't think it, but he's kind of tall too.
Nah, he tower over
Besides
people.
the point though, the point is I think I agree with your actual take, which is Justin Fields finishes as a top 10 still, even with probably the worst quarterback performance, just period, that we've ever seen. Like I was watching that game and I was like, he has almost 2.5 completions going into halftime. Like it was tragic.
To add insult to injury, we do, what's it, FFAB? What's it called? Free
Yep,
agency
we
money,
do
money
fab.
to get your
So
free agent.
free agent
And
acquisition
I
budget.
dropped on Justin Fields, and that's 40 out of I think 180 or 150. What do we have? What do
150.
we start with? 150, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what I did. That's
Yeah,
what,
I mean,
like 20% of it on one player who in one game got 3 points and is now injured. Hooray!
And
but
then you spend
over.
it paid off with Quentin Johnson.
yeah, so
Yeah, I
you
dropped
good
30
move
on
there.
him.
I think you have a good move there. As far as Fields goes, I mean, I don't want to keep telling you to yo-yo your fantasy waiver quarterbacks, but for the people that did take Justin Fields, if you have this is just my PSA, not even for Thurman in particular, but if you have a player that you're kind of shaky on already, that is a skill position, that is not a running back, meaning I have 6 wide receivers or 2 tight ends, 2 defenses, 2 quarter, whatever that onesie is, just pick up a secondary quarterback with a favorable schedule and then play the matchup game, right? Because I think Fields will eventually like iron that out and put this game behind him, hopefully. But I don't know. I'm not sure if week 1 is the Justin Fields we're going to see for the rest of the season or week 2, because week 2 kind of fell in line with all the offseason stuff. Him not completing passes in the offseason.
Yeah, that's the important side.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I don't know which one is real or not. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, so again, I was banking on just the rushing. He's not a good quarterback, and we all know that. But in fantasy, doesn't matter.
yeah, rushing quarterbacks is king.
That's a fact.
So, I mean, I think, yeah. So as far as your this week though, right? If we just recap, maybe even throwing in some of the wires information, right? You saw a lot of quarterbacks kind of go down, right? We saw what Mac Jones could do last week. I didn't believe in him, but he played decent. We saw Joe Burrow is out now. We saw, a couple of quarterbacks get nicked up. Baker Mayfield hurt his ankle. He's toughing it out. He'll be ready for week 3 against the Jets, but Baker Mayfield hurt his ankle. So you're going to have some competition, I think, for just quarterbacks on the wire that are available, right? So if you did do the Justin Fields thing, I wouldn't panic personally unless you have a Goff or a Bo Nix or a Daniel Jones sitting on the waiver wire. Like, I think it's time to push the button on Daniel Jones with the Colts. I think he is actually a decent quarterback. And I think
one more week.
You guys have killed me in the group chat for a while now, and I was just said I think Daniel Jones is a decent quarterback. Not good, not bad. He's just he's there, but I think he finally has an offense that has a better offensive mind than what he had in the Giants, but B, I think they're not asking him to do nothing crazy, but he's still making good plays. Like, I watched a lot of that Denver game, and I mean, that's a top defense he's going against, and the plays were there, and he made them. Right? Is he going to be consistent? To be determined. But for right now, you can't let him just sit on that wire.
Let's talk about Denver's defense.
Sure.
I think Denver's defense is a little overrated.
Okay.
It's a little overrated. Don't get me wrong. Surtain he's a dog. There's nothing overrated about him at all. He's a shutdown corner. Nick Nick Bonte, whatever his name is, Benito. I don't know. He's cool. He's a nice rusher, but like
I don't know it either. That's why I'm laughing. Like I know who you're talking about, but the pronunciation it escapes me. I know it's a B and it's an Eno somewhere in there.
Benito.
Yeah, he's a good rusher, but the reason why I'm saying I think they're a little overrated is because even if you go back to last year, they were number one and all this other stuff. You go back and look. Well, who did you play? What quarterbacks? Outside of like Mahomes and Herbert, it was a bunch of nothing. It was like
they played Tampa and beat the crap out of Tampa.
But it was quarterback. Like they had the Bengals game, cool.
And Burrow lit them
then
up.
they played like Drake May. I think they played the Dolphins. They played the Raiders. They played a bunch of bad teams. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to take it away from Danny Jones, but I just don't think Denver's defense is world beaters.
I mean, I think they had the Ravens division last year, so really just Lamar and Joe last year that they had to actually worry about. Obviously their own division, and then the one-off would have been the AFC East. But either way, I think personally, when they face good quarterbacks, they tend to crumble a little bit because good quarterbacks are either just going to send Pat Surtain on chasing drag routes all game and then just attack the rest of the defense. So while I think they're overdrafted. I wouldn't say overrated. They're overdrafted for fantasy, in my opinion. I don't think that they're some world beaters when it comes to fantasy football. In real life, I think they're good situationally, but they obviously need a Robin for Pat Surtain. He can't be the only person from your secondary that people even recognize or fear.
That was supposed to be the rookie, right? That's who they drafted.
I mean, Jahdae Barron he's decent. All right, so I know you guys don't watch college, but a lot of the Texas players last year got overdrafted. I'm just calling it what it is. Jadon Blue, Matthew Golden, Jahdae Barron, like a lot of those guys are just overdrafted because they had a big hype machine on them last year due to the Quinn Ewers and the Archie situation. So a lot of scouts paid attention to those guys and overinflated them. Regardless, I still think Pat Surtain needed it was different when Denver's defense had Justin Simmons back there as a safety, right? Like when you had reliable help, I can shut down one side of the field, you can take care of the other side. We're good to go here. And even though he was a safety, taking off that back third, that was important. But
you know what I keep forgetting? They got the ex-Niners safety.
You just want to go for all hard names this
He's
pod.
Just hurt.
Halafunga or something like that. But he came from San Fran.
Yeah, he's supposed to come back. And then along with not Greenlaw, they have the linebacker. Is it Greenlaw? No,
they do have Drake Greenlaw.
They got the linebacker. That's Greenlaw? Yeah. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when they come back healthy, it'll massively increase their defense, but maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count on it this year. Like for fantasy, if you took the Broncos, I think you're stuck with them regardless. Like I don't think you're going to drop the Broncos defense for fantasy purposes. But if there's if you have a spot on your bench and you're rostering Rashad Bateman, or if you're rostering a wide receiver 4 or Jadon Blue still, right? If you're rostering these type of players, then it wouldn't be a bad idea to pick up a second defense until you figure it out, especially with this early schedule. But B, I'm going to throw it to you. Some of those week 2 insights that you saw, anything stood out to you that's going to influence potentially even your waivers this week going forward?
Well, at least personally for me, looking at more wide receivers. So looking at players
had a couple of breakout games.
Wan'Dale Robinson. Who else?
If Troy Franklin from Denver.
Tillman from Cleveland, if he's still out there, I would still look at him. I don't know about everybody's waiver.
Excuse me. In our personal league, Cedric Tillman is gone, but for
I know. I'm just saying, like for the people that's listening, sure. He might be out there.
I think he's only at 38% rostered availability right now, going into week 2, which should have jumped, but it did a minor one. For those listening, the league we play in is pretty much like probably a pro league, I would say, or expert league, where a lot of the waiver pickups you think are good have already been rostered in a lot of our leagues. So
Been
for
drafted.
yeah, like we got a couple of dart throws for sure stashed on benches for a couple of teams in our league. But I like Wandell. I like Troy Franklin from Denver.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton, he's still there. He's still playing. People thought Marvin Mims was going to take a step up, but for whatever reason, Bo Nix's his teammate from Oregon, right? Troy Franklin, that familiarity, it seems like it's doing his job because he's getting confident. I again, I watched a lot of the Colts and Denver game personally just because I was shopping J.K. Dobbins to half of the league, but I'll just keep him at this point. Solid RB3 for a lot of you in flexes, by the
You can
way.
send me the trade.
Nah. The trades was sent. So
No, it wasn't sent to me. Stop it.
oh no, because you have nobody on your actual bench because it's all IR spots right now.
And then you can add Aaron Jones to that.
Entire bench is IR for you, brother.
Aaron Jones went straight to the bench.
Ooh,
With
them bye weeks is gonna hurt.
Yeah, I did the math, and so far, the math is really mathing. So I made it 2 weeks in, 2 more to go.
He was like, I had this sacrificial
listen. I'm not gonna lie.
plan.
I was like, if I can go 1-1, I'll be straight, bro. But I'm 2-0, so
hey,
so far so good.
You built the cushion. That's all you're trying to do.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Who are you waiting for?
Just an update on Joe Mixon, and then once I get an update, then I can move forward with either keeping on the bench or dropping him. And then after him, Kittle.
Yeah.
Kittle, I know is 4 weeks, but I know he'll be ready once.
It could be like 6 weeks, right? If he's not like ready after 4 weeks, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So I already have Fannin, and then already have alternatives on the like. There's no.
Put it this way: Brady's roster has no fat to trim because all his bench spots are good players, but they are players that are probably going to be gone for the next 3 weeks. So he's prepared for it, right? He's prepared for it. He's going to be moving and shaking with the starting lineup, and that's just is what it is. That's how you risk to win these leagues. So as far as those are some wide receiver targets, your tight ends, the bigger tight end.
Also, I want to throw out there. I don't know about other people's leagues, but if Romeo Dobbs is out there since Jalen Reed or Jaden Reed is hurt, or Matthew Golden, one of those two available, try to pick him up.
Oh yeah, I think Golden is pretty much by far the most rostered Green Bay wide receiver. Dobbs should be a close second because of what transpired there.
I'd actually over Dobbs. I'd actually go Wicks because that's who's been scoring. He scored.
Yeah,
both
I mean
weeks.
But Dobbs still getting more
dependent
playing time, so he still has a higher chance. In
my
opinion,
educational, right? Depending on your league, right? If it's a PPR league, you probably want to go with the guy with the volume. You're looking at probably Romeo Dobbs. If it's a half PPR or even a standard league, Wicks is a great target. Obviously, you wanted Tucker Kraft to be perfectly frank, but
I was going to draft him.
But if you have Wicks, I mean, he gets one touchdown. That pretty much gets you a good flex scoring option right there. So I don't hate it. It just depends on your league types, right? So again, standard half PPR, I'll probably lean more Wicks. If you're in a traditional PPR type of setting or format, Dobbs is a very, very good option because he's going to get at least 5 to 8 targets a game.
Oh, one more person, the Naylor kid from the Vikings.
I like Naylor. I'm scared of Naylor only because he's a one more week rental, right? If you didn't jump on the bandwagon the last 2 weeks, it's kind of a wrap because Jordan Addison comes back and now they still have old man Thielen. JJ McCarthy doesn't even look like he can hit Justin Jefferson consistently.
That's the real thing. McCarthy. Yeah.
So it's like, and personally, and this is just me, I saw a lot of chemistry with Jordan Addison during the preseason, during camp. So like, I like Naylor for next week, but after that, you got to pivot.
And if it's not too late, it probably is your league. But I'd get Quentin Johnson. I mean, it seems Herbert trusts him now. Finally,
he got no
seems
choice.
like he maybe has dropsies.
He has a choice.
And,
he has Ladd, and the teams are
that's what
actually
I'm
covering
saying. It's
Ladd
only
now.
Ladd, and that's it. He has no other choice.
And then
Like,
Keenan Allen's stealing touchdowns too. Mother sucker.
Going away party. He doesn't count.
Well, red zone, they're going to Keenan Allen.
That's
I would
what I
say
mean.
that.
Going away party doesn't count.
Red zone, they're going to Keenan Allen. That's taking valuable touchdowns away from your overall Chargers wide receivers.
Like 7 targets a game.
I can't even hear you.
I think he's their leading receiver.
Who, Quentin Johnson?
He's their Keenan Allen is their leading receiver. Ladd McConkey's last. I don't know.
I mean, the game script is kind of falling out how I think the game script is. If Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson, or Ladd is available in any league, you should have them rostered, period. Like, at this point, all three of them look like they're viable options, to be honest. Like, and we don't have that much in fantasy where you have 3 wide receivers in one offense that are all viable. But until it shakes out or injury happens, I mean, they shouldn't be on the wire regardless, right? Make sure that they're not in your league, and that'll help you win. As far as tight ends mostly probably went last week. There's a couple of good options still left. Jatavian Sanders for Carolina. He's looking to pick up some steam. For a lot
Strange, I'm gonna keep saying.
I'm sorry,
Jacksonville.
Brenton Strange. I feel like Brenton Strange, Juwan Johnson, Harold Fannin, like those guys should have gone last week, where a lot of tight ends got picked up on waivers. That was kind of like the bigger tight end run. If they're still on your wire this week, then yeah, definitely take a look, especially before bye weeks start to creep in. We got a couple of teams on an early week 4 bye, so make sure you check those out. But as far as week 2 action, I mean, I thought we saw a lot of good games. Obviously, the 2 Eagles fans in this pod, they watched intently from the Eagles game. So I'll just ask them both. And I went to B last. I'll start with Therm. You saw Eagles Philly. What are your kind of synopsis, right? How would you summarize what you saw in that game for the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs this past weekend?
The offensive game plan is not that great. There's no creativity in our offensive game plan at all. A.J. Brown is running a slant every play. Smitty is either running a slant or a fly, and that's it. There's no motions. Saquon is being held in check because there's no creativity whatsoever. So
not a lot of pre-snap
if these teams can just if both the Cowboys if it's both the Cowboys and Kansas City's game plan was we won't let you run on us, then it should have switched immediately to after maybe the first few drives to let me get my wide receivers involved because that'll open up the box and that'll let Saquon get his runs in. And that's not what happened. We can blame it on Jalen if we want. He takes some part of it, absolutely, but you can only do so much as a quarterback. If your receivers are blanketed, your receivers are blanketed. There's nothing you can do. So don't get me wrong. There are quarterbacks that can throw people open 100%, and Jalen's not that guy. I admit that. But that's why I'm saying the game plan isn't good. It's not good. So they just need to do a little more. I think A.J. Brown and Smitty hopefully are getting healthier and getting away from their preseason injuries. And from the defensive side, this is the last thing. From the defensive side, last thing, it's almost there. It's not a complete defense yet. We haven't played a complete game. I say it's almost there because, for the Cowboys, they didn't score in the second half at all. And for the Chiefs, we held them under 20 points. These are wins, but we were clearly bailed out by some massive drops. CD catches like any of those, we probably lose the game. If Travis Kelce catches that, we lose the game. So we definitely got lucky, but the defense did make some very good plays in both games as well. So that's it.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all from a summarization. I mean, I kind of feel a lot of the points you made are very similar. B, I want to ask a pointed question just because unless you disagree with the take, but the pointed question is, especially for our fantasy viewers, AJ Brown, Saquon, Dallas Goddard, Smitty, are you looking to start offloading any of these assets based on what you've seen these first 2 weeks if you have them in fantasy? Are these people you want to trade for or trade away at this point based on how the Philadelphia Eagles have started this season?
Personally, staying away from all of them except for Saquon, but I'm still skeptical because of the offense. But
Okay.
that's just
Okay.
me.
I think it's a good sell high, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people still pay a premium price for AJ and Smitty and not Dallas G, but
I'd sell AJ.
Yeah, I got him in one league with Brian Thomas Jr. I am 0-2 in that league. Just letting you know. I was big brain in the
I
entire
feel bad
league,
for people when they got Brian Thomas, man. Jesus.
man. Well, and that's coach hiding injuries, right? He may have the same thing Keon Coleman had last year with the torn ligaments in the wrist thing, but they hide injuries, right? So
or he's suffering from bad quarterback disease. I think
I
it's
mean,
more so that.
I would say that I wouldn't disagree, but your tape is your tape. So when the tape is out there of you ducking early from balls that are in your chest, and when you get proper passes thrown to you and you still decide to turn tail, I'm just saying it doesn't look good. I'm not saying don't protect yourself because some of those may be hospital balls, but if the game's on the line, the game's on the line, brother. That's I mean, that's football 101. If you don't want to play, get somebody else in there. Like you can't just be these diva outside. That's kind of like Pickens' problem. These diva outside wide receivers that are just like, I just want to catch the fly and celebrate in the end zone, but you don't actually want to play football. Like there's like you can't actually not want to play football, and that's what I'm seeing out of them. I saw a lot of quit, and it could be injury related. I'm not holding that against them, but. And Trevor Lawrence is as streaky as they come. When the pass is actually a good pass, the receivers typically fuck up. And then when it's the opposite, when he's throwing an absolute wobbler or sailing over people's heads, then it's like, all right, well, what do you want me to do with that? So it's a lot of inconsistency there. But for B, I mean, week 2, we saw a lot of games. I just want to get your final synopsis. It doesn't have to be Philly or Kansas City. Just a game that you kind of caught your eye, that you kind of paid more attention to, whether it's fantasy-wise or just football.
I don't know. We kind of watched a few games. I'm trying to remember. So I definitely watched the Ravens in Cleveland because I got Derrick Henry and bum ass. And definitely the Eagles. Who played Sunday night?
Sunday night.
Was that the Bills? No, that's not the Bills. That was
Nope.
Who played Sunday night?
Sunday night was the Falcons in Minnesota.
Okay, that stuck out to me because that was a defensive game, and that both defenses showed that both quarterbacks are still young and still need time to develop, even though they're still rookies in a sense. But
absolutely,
but they got kind of like reminded that there's still time to grow in this league. So that stuck out to me Sunday night.
All right, not Tampa and Houston. You didn't want to catch a snap.
No, I was my anxiety was through the roof.
You watch Nick Chubb because
no, I did. I was watching the whole game, bro. Hey, first of all, I want to say thank you, sweet baby Jesus, for Baker Mayfield, because when he threw that first pass to Mike Evans, and I thought he was about to score, and he pushed off, brother, I was like, this is it for me.
Yep, because it was supposed to happen.
I was like,
shout out to Derek Stingley. He played a great game.
Hey, man, my boy was second best corner in the league. My man was.
He was working for it, though.
Island,
he was working for it. There's Mike Evans had like 2
bro.
touchdowns that if he was 2 more years younger, he would have pulled in. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
But he did have that one route when he had like a little fade route on the right side, and
he caught that left. He had it on that left hand, bro.
Oh my God,
that's highlight reel stuff. He almost got your boy there, but again, 2 years younger. 2 years younger, he would have got
that game stuck out. But I didn't want to talk about it because of my anxiety, bro.
It's all good. Looking forward, and then we'll wrap up this week. I mean, we gave you guys quite a few waiver wire targets that we think you should look at, both in the wide receiver pool and the quarterback pool. Tight end is kind of shallow, so it's not really much there. If they are still there, obviously take some of these guys, your Zach Ertz, if he's still there, your Hunter Henry's, like some guys are just, they're not going to be sexy names. They're going to get you 5 points some weeks, but then there'll be some weeks where they'll catch the touchdown and have 40 yards and get 10 points, right? So a sneaky name, they keep yo-yoing his availability, but I mean, Darren Waller is still technically out there for Miami.
All right,
technically,
we can wrap it up.
Technically, I mean, you're diving deep here, right? But it is still there. We got some nasty games coming up this week. I personally am going to try like heck to avoid the Bengals and Vikings game with 2 backup quarterbacks. It's going to be Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning.
I don't know. Carson might cook. With Jefferson, I feel like Jefferson might have a good game because Carson.
So that's something to watch out for. I mean, JJ McCarthy, I don't think it's going to be a long-term injury. I think it's one of those injuries where like he could play through it, but you also are playing bad right now.
Season.
So I think they're going to sit him for a week or two and just be like, slow down, Rook. Like, slow down.
The division is still up for grabs, honestly.
Very much so. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's
going to catch Lions Green Bay. Still.
I'll be honest with you.
You said what?
I don't know if anybody's going to catch Green Bay.
Nah, I feel like they are the best overall team.
Because they beat the Lions out of the gate. So it's like they got the one up on the entire division at this point, in my opinion. The Bears are nowhere near catching anybody. So their season is cooked. I don't even think there's a redemption story in that. Minnesota, you're off. So it's really Detroit catching fire and Green Bay keeping up. So one game that I'm going to pay extra attention to this particular week, I mean, I'm just going to say it's going to be the Sunday night game. Like, I'm going to pay attention to the Giants and the Chiefs. Like, as bad as this sounds, but like, I want to see if the Giants can actually do this against a real NFL team, man.
They're going to throw the ball a lot. They're going to be able to throw the ball.
That's what I want to see. But this is also my litmus test if Kansas City is really this bad. If the fall from grace is here, right? If they have hit their ceiling already, plateaued, or if they're going to start going downhill,
until they get a running game.
I think that's a ridiculous thing.
It could be. It could be. My thing with Kansas City is they have the best home field advantage in sports. I've been very clear on that. But the thing about them is when you've been this good so long, those are long seasons. Like they've almost played an entire season's worth of just straight playoff games in championships. So it's that's a lot on the players and things like that. So I just think that they could potentially start plateauing, not getting bad, but plateauing. But if they lose this week to the Giants with a good defensive line, that's going to be telling.
I kind of agree.
Overrated defensive line.
I think they could be overrated. I think they could be overrated. They have a rookie there, and they have Thibodeau, who's wishy-washy on production. But Brian Burns is the truth. You can't deny that one. So
Burns is the truth. Dexter Lawrence is the truth. But that's it. Like coming into the season, I heard from media members alike everywhere saying, "Man, this defensive line could be the best ever."
If Abdul Carter is as advertised, then yes. If he's as advertised.
But saying that's what and he hasn't been through 2 weeks.
Correct.
He hasn't. I think he has 1 tackle, no sacks. I don't think he has pressure.
Like he is not being asked to play his actual position because they have Thibodeau on the edge. So they have Abdul Carter lining up as like a 5 technique in the middle. Like,
but that's what happens when you trade for a D and you draft one and you draft another. That's what's going to happen. You can't put all 3 on the field.
That I think to me that might be a testament to Kayvon Thibodeau for actually stepping up for once and actually being better at his job. Because I think Kayvon Thibodeau is a decent talent. I'm not going to go out of the window with Kayvon Thibodeau, but I think he's a decent talent. I like Dexter Lawrence. I think he's top 5 nose tackle in the league. And I like Brian Burns. So I don't mind it, but I think Kansas City is going to be the one to test them because, again, Kansas City does a lot of quick pass. They do a lot of quick games, so you have to have fast people if you're going to touch Mahomes. Now, I'll end this show with a Philadelphia Eagles quote that I just saw come across my phone.
All right, we can wrap it up, please.
And I just want to get B's opinion on this real quick.
I have no opinion.
Real quick. You have your esteemed defensive coordinator, Mr. Vic Fangio, calling out your star player.
He right.
And saying, hey.
He right.
Jalen Carter, I need you to be more available. I need you to be in better shape. I need you to be on the field every single down, giving it your all, and you're taking plays off. How does that sit? Like, is that a correct assumption of what you guys are seeing? Because he's saying Jalen Carter needs to be in better shape and be on the field at all times.
So he is on the field at all times, but
it's the effort part then. That's what he's saying. But B, I'll just throw it out there.
Can I answer the question?
Go for it.
I agree with Vic. I'm gonna agree with the man that sees the person every day. And I'm gonna agree with the person that turned the worst defense in the league to the number 1 ranked defense. I'm gonna listen to that man.
Exactly. And again, he's our star. He is the best player on our defense. You do need to step up. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Like, again,
and you don't need to be spitting on
generational payday. Like, bruh, don't blow this shit. Like, be the star and be a better leader too.
I'll read the exact quote real quick just so I don't go too crazy with it. But he just says, I think he needs the round in better shape. Both he and I have talked about that. He readily admits that, and I think we'll get more once he gets into better shape.
I think he needs to work on his run stopping a little bit.
That probably will help with his shape.
Yeah.
I'm going to send to the group text. I
believe this. I get the notification just like you guys. Why are you trying to?
Well, no, I'm just putting.
Let's talk about your
particular
defensive lineman who's on the injured reserve now. Let's talk about that guy.
Hey, Kalijah Kancey is now injured reserve, and Vita Vea shut down C.J. Stroud to win the game. So I'm cool with it.
I do want to
matter. Hey, I'm glad y'all won. I don't care because
I'll take the win.
Because the people that was scoring that needed to score.
I've heard analysts, say that the Bucs are a sneaky actual Super Bowl contender.
No,
do you believe that?
Stop it.
Absolutely
I don't
not.
either, and it's only because of your defense, specifically the pass defense. Because
That's
of that,
the worst part of our team.
Fire, though.
I know, and absolutely, it didn't catch fire. That's true, and you have a quarterback who's been great in the playoffs.
Our pass defense is the worst part of the team.
He's a football player.
By
Baker's
far,
numbers in the playoffs are crazy, but I think
Baker is a football player.
Baker's a football player until the playoffs come, and then he's
great.
No, he's not. Not in the playoffs.
Yes, he is. Go look at his numbers.
We've had 2 consecutive playoff exits due to a fourth quarter drive that Baker threw a pick on the first freaking play. Like he folds in the playoffs. It is what it is.
He does make those superhero bonehead mistakes, but what I'm saying is he has y'all in the game.
No, 100%. He's the identity of the team.
Baker is your quarterback.
Tampa is going to go and fail as Baker goes and fails. Like Baker is the identity of the entire offense, maybe even the whole team. He is like he just has the moxie. Like we have great players, but if you think about Tampa's great players, none of them talk. Vita Vea doesn't talk. You've never heard him. Levante doesn't talk. Mike doesn't talk. None of them. Antoine Winfield Jr. doesn't talk. Baker is the vocal leader. He is the one that actually has an identity. He brings the toughness to Tampa. I'll never take that away from him. He folds in big moments, but that defense is bad right now. And it's specifically the pass defense because we don't have corners right now. And it just is what it is. And Todd hasn't had corners in a while, and he relies on the blitz just to get pressure because Hassan Reddick is not necessarily coming as advertised, right? He's got 2 sacks in 2 games. I'm not going. He's done well, but both of those sacks were like 8-second pockets, and then he just ended up getting it, right? But right now Tampa is too hurt, bro. Nah, he's doing podcasts now. That brother is way out the league. But he's way retired. But no, Tampa's problem is going to be injury this year. Right now, our starting center is our left tackle. Our right tackle just got hurt in the last game. We don't have that other tackle. There's only one person that started for our offensive line, which was probably a top 5 offensive line in football, actually playing this position. That's the right guard, Cody Mauch, who used to be a tight end. So until Tristan Wirfs is back and we can actually move our star center back to center, it's a wrap, man. That's why the running game stinks right now, because you have a center playing left tackle, a left guard who was out of the league and on practice squads, a replacement center you've never heard of, the right guard, Cody Mauch, he's there. And then our right tackle that we just paid a bunch of money to just got hurt with a leg injury. He'll probably be back next week to try to gut it out, but still.
And he wear that CTE helmet.
Yes, and he has a Guardian cap because he gets concussions because he puts his face into people's faces.
I don't know about moving the center to left tackle. That's stupid.
He was a left tackle in college, but he went to like Harvard or Barton. He was like a small school left tackle. We did it before with Ali Marpet. Small school left tackle. We move him to guard or center because his arm length.
I remember him. He was ass.
Ali Marpet was a fucking Pro Bowler for us. Like, what are you talking about?
When he was playing center?
No, he started at center. He became a Pro Bowl left guard after Logan Mankins. Ali Marpet is he's a legend in Tampa. Like, he started at center. He got moved to right guard because we had Logan Mankins on the left side, and then he moved to left guard because Donovan Smith was so ass that they had to put a Pro Bowl left guard next to him just so he didn't give up as many sacks. So Ali Marpet, he's probably like up there with Big Red in terms of like one of the best Tampa Bay. He's probably the best left guard in history that we have currently. In
Big
our
Red
history.
is Reed, by the way. He's never played for you guys.
No, we got his disciples though. At any rate, thank y'all for listening to the Redraft Rehab pod. We'll see you next week, man. Hopefully you guys make some of these waiver claims so that way, and hopefully they go through so you can actually start winning some stuff. Next week, we'll come at you with a couple of trade targets, some buy lows, some sell highs. We'll see you after week 3.
Sell AJ high.